and me, Joanne, and this is Terry Anderson with Terry's Leatherworks.
Terry's Leatherwork, yeah.
Yeah. And we're here in Port aux Basques at the Port aux Basques Train Site and Museum. What an interesting place, hey? Yeah, and we've had a craft show here this past weekend, a market, and Terry, Amanda, and Ethan, his family were here with his work, which is absolutely gorgeous, so we invited them to come and have a chat with us about their work. So Terry, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so I work with leather. I have multiple tools that I use, and I bring in leather that's in its raw form and also some finished leather. Those leathers I use to make either just your general leather products or customized work where people want their name, family names, things like that into it. Those take a little longer, but as work I really enjoy doing. When I'm doing other work, I don't think about anything else. So it's great taking mind off things and stuff. So
we both say it's our therapy.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, and I got into it a few years back. I'm going to say 6 or 7 years ago, but I didn't get heavy into it at the time, and I didn't know enough about leather and things, and I didn't have real expensive good tools and stuff. So at this time when I decided to go back into it, I decided to start with a leather sewing machine, which is probably the most important tool you can get your hands on, because hand stitching is so hard and very hard on the hands, right? And I was always fun on my hands were. So with this leather sewing machine, it turns an hour's worth of work into 5 minutes.
Wow.
It's
great.
Nice. And the one I got, I can punch through with 3/4 inch of leather. So I can stack it and I can make pretty much anything.
So you've really invested in the quality of your work.
Yeah, I so much to do.
Wow.
I so much to do.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I know, right? So I so much to do, and I took that money and money I had saved up and put it all together, and I ordered my sewing machine from a company in Quebec. It's a Canadian company.
So it's Canadian made?
Canadian made. They stand behind their product, and I can call them anytime, and this guy will answer the phone every time, and he'll talk me through any problem.
That's I like that. I have a few people I buy stuff from Driftwood Dreams, and they're like Canadian, and they're started small, and like it makes such a difference when something does go wrong and you need any advice. So
yeah,
definitely. It helps to build those relationships that help us do what we
absolutely. So when I was doing the research on finding the proper equipment, I went onto some of the Facebook pages and websites, and there's a guy, Little King Leather Goods. He's in Ontario. He's full-time leather work, young guy compared to me, and he really knows his stuff. And the machine I actually purchased is the one that he talked about. And he shows the other machines as well, and Apple is a big brand name and things like that, but the one I have is Texel, and where it's Canadian made, and like I say, I know the people that even work in the factory, because I was talking to them and they would tell you what they're doing with the machine, because they had actually built it for me. So yeah, it was a really nice process. It takes a couple months to get your machine built and delivered, but yeah, it's I probably should have showed brought a picture of it. It's
send one to us, and we'll put it in the back end of the video, and we'll show it. So you mentioned too that you bring in the leathers.
I bring in the leathers. I buy leathers from all over Canada. I haven't been going to the States because getting it across the border it costs a lot of money, and leather's already expensive as it is. I'm paying anywhere from $150 to $500 to $600 for a piece of leather. And depending on what I'm making, and loose leather is really expensive. It's not cheap, and it's right now I can only find it's only indigenous people that are producing the leather, and I gotta get it in Ontario.
So there's no source. You would think though, wouldn't you?
I thought.
Why not?
I checked it out with Con River, and I checked it out with the Halapu Nation and stuff, just to see if there's anybody local. There is one lady in Cox's Cove area that she does actually make her own, but it's only for making her own drums and stuff. She only uses just enough for herself, which I completely respect. But it's too much work for me to try to get into canning leather. It's not my strength.
That's a whole different art.
If you go at that, you're kind of just doing that.
That's it. That's how I feel about resin.
I
do resin and do nothing else.
It takes a lot of time, and we see people that do resin work, and they're gorgeous, and that's because that's what they do.
I know.
And that speaks a lot to, your craft
when
it comes to the leather craft. when you take something and you go full on into it, the quality shows.
Yes,
The workmanship.
that's what I'm not
shows.
doing. Like I did a few resin coasters and I loved them when I sold them, but I'm like, I'm not going back to that because I realized how tedious it is when you don't mix it exactly right. Exactly,
Yeah.
they will never cure.
No.
So I
Correct.
threw, 5 or 6 away, and I'm like, I'm gonna get back to this in the winter.
That's what we have more on.
Yeah, a learning thing.
Yeah.
A learning thing. So
Yeah.
Terry, you've got some
Yeah, so
others there?
yeah, so I brought some different types of. This is a slicker, they call it. It's I actually have motorized ones now and different things that I have. But I still use this one a lot. We keep going back to it. You see, it's well used, right?
Yeah.
But like, what you do, like I have certain leathers that I bring in that are called pull-up leathers. And like there's some here, for instance. So this is what they call pull-up leather.
Okay.
And if you take your finger and run along, you can see the wood line will come up through the
Oh,
leather.
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
So, and most people look at it and say, well, they don't really like the look of it, right? But it's okay because all you gotta do is rub it really quick with anything that, like, just a cloth or anything really quick, and you'll see it starts to go away, right?
Cool.
Yeah, so, because the oils, what we do when you do this,
Yeah.
you pull the oils down into
Oh.
the leather, so then when you warm it up, it comes back into
Oh,
the surface
cool.
again, right? So this is a,
But I love
it's a beautiful leather smell.
Yeah.
I know. I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the aging though in leather.
I know.
I love when it
I
gets
know.
soft.
It's funny you talk about that, 'cause
Like butter.
I made this thing 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
I walk to work a lot. I try to get my exercise. I run every day, but I always try to walk to work when I can get my steps in. And but you see this here. I didn't put the same finish on the. This is called a mystery braid. You notice there's no ink.
Oh.
So
No,
it's
there's
really it's a process to get
We're
it braid.
drawing.
You don't
It's a
know.
mystery.
Yeah, right. That's what they call a mystery braid. But I didn't put the same finish. I just put care finish on this one, so you can
Yeah.
see over the last couple of years it really took on a nice dark patina.
Yeah.
Because this was the same color as this when I put it on. Same color as this one.
Oh wow.
And look how it
Bring that up
changed.
closer to the
Yeah,
camera.
so you can see how it changed over with the
Yeah.
with the sun, right?
Yeah.
The sun will do that. And but I did finish this part. So
Yeah.
I'm my family, my background, Anderson, we're from Scotland.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really, and I've recently been in Scotland, which is awesome. I'm planning on going there next year when myself and my wife.
Oh.
But so I get into the Scottish.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Scottish in my work. And you'll see I do a lot of the
Oh, Celtic, is that?
Celtic,
Yeah.
Celtic designs.
Yeah.
But it's just because I just feel I should be
You're connected.
representing,
Yeah.
connected to my tradition, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and again, what I did when I was sewing this one, I just did almost like the Aboriginal would do, with just leaving it around,
Yeah.
right? And this has held up perfectly for 2 years. I carry a really heavy. I drink a lot of coffee, so I have a really big coffee cup, and I carry that. I just put it over my shoulder and walk to work because carrying that coffee mug like that was really hard.
Yeah, I would say it is.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so why don't we just show some of your products? Close
Yes.
it up.
Sure.
Now-
Yeah.
You're good.
And so, just one last thing. So, if anybody wants custom work done, generally this is the type of leather that I will use. It's a bench stand leather. It's very, very sturdy.
Oh.
I use it mostly for belts, dog collars,
Yeah.
anything. If somebody was to want a tool belt or something that was going to really last,
Oh, yes.
this is what I would make it out of.
Is
So,
that right?
yeah. So this is completely unfinished. I even got to finish the back of it. And this is what your belt is. So if I need to do a custom belt, I got a lot of custom belts I've made it there,
Yeah.
and a lot of belts I made. This is what I'm going to make it out of. So it's a
When
finished
you-
product is a lot different.
When you say finished, like, do you put like a stain?
Stains,
on it?
yeah. So I have multiple stains. I'm actually getting some more, but the stains I have, maybe on this chair, maybe.
That's how you would say
I got a couple of little
it.
things here. Not sure what I did with them. I'll find them in a minute. Oh, put them right here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, so these are the different stains. So if you go on my Facebook page, Terry's Leatherwork,
Yeah.
you'll see these on there. So I usually ask people, just give me the number that they like,
Okay.
and I got written on the back which stain it is.
Awesome.
So a lot of people really like the this one. This one here. This seems to be the most popular one. And that's a medium brown dye, a gel, and it goes on like a gel. And I gotta be really
That's
careful.
beautiful. What number is that one, Terry?
That was number 8.
Number 8.
Yeah, I get a lot of number 8s on there. People want those, and a lot of people want just the plain look as well, right?
Yes.
And
yeah.
I have a lot of leathers. This I should actually have more than this. I think the last one I planted was number 37. So I have 37 different types of leather.
Wow.
I can make wallets. These are generally make wallets and things like these. They're beautiful, beautiful leather. And purse.
These colors,
I know.
though, like,
I
you
wanna,
know,
like,
I don't think of the colors. We're
Do
gonna
you ever
make this
patch
one.
colors together?
Yeah, I do. When I did the
That'd be
moose,
so cool.
when I did the moose
Oh,
purse.
right.
Yeah. So when I did the moose purse.
We're obsessed with the moose purse.
Yes. Yeah, I love that.
And this one is sold.
I love it even more.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice there was a zipper.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is actually all moose hide here, and this is what we call whiskey leather around the sides. And yeah, it's a beautiful purse.
It is.
And again, I make all my
Oh
own.
my god.
All
When
my
did you
own-
put it on? Show it.
I think
Yeah.
I would Troy's giving me one of these for Christmas.
Oh,
I'll
okay,
just let
cool.
him know
Yeah.
later.
and I can personalize it if you
Oh
want.
my god.
It's beautiful.
Like,
Like,
love it.
yeah, definitely meant for you.
It
Definitely.
looks great.
And will that come in any of these colors?
You can do it any color you want.
Yeah, so you could get it.
Again, I have
colors.
right now I currently have 3 different color moose leathers, and they are towards back because I didn't get into moose leather till lately. So these are the 3 moose leathers here. So these are the 3 types you can do. And the beauty is, if you don't like the front, the back is actually a different color. It's a little softer, so you can almost go either way.
I absolutely love
Yeah.
this golden color.
I want some
too.
all.
So the yellow one is the one I actually have. This one. The
Yeah.
yellow one's the one I have on this one. So this is the yellow one. Real nice with the green.
I know.
Yellow.
It is.
Right?
Yeah. And they were my 2 favorites.
Yeah.
And I've recently purchased a heat imprinter. Again, another expensive piece of equipment, but the heat imprinter allows me to imprint foil into the leather without having to make the leather wet. So I can actually use it and use temperature instead of humidity to customize the leather.
Yeah.
You can use it just to imprint. You can use it to put foil, or you can actually burn. Use it
So
to
when you
burn.
say foil, what does that mean?
So foil.
Do you have a product here that?
Yeah, so so if you look at this here, let me take this moose one here, for instance. So this moose peachy,
Yeah.
I carved this, right? Use a stamp, I painted it,
Yeah.
everything else. But this is actually a foil. If you look at it, it's very shiny. This is a foil that I put in with a imprinter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go closer.
Yeah.
I'll get some pictures.
Yeah.
I don't have any other ones here that did that, but
Beautiful.
yeah, I've been using it mostly. I'm learning how to use it more and more. I'm getting
Yeah.
I'm having a maker's mark made out of brass that will have Terry's Leatherwork on it and probably a little like this or something. So I'm trying to go with either something Newfoundland to keep my product Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so what I'll do is I got a maker's mark coming. Maker's mark, I got to get design made and so I got to
Copyrighted.
order it, everything.
Yeah.
So it's pretty expensive, but then I'll put my maker's mark on everything. So everything I make, you'll see my maker's mark somewhere probably on the back. here.
Yes, and I
Yes,
would love that because
Yeah.
I know I'm carrying somebody's original.
Absolutely, right?
You know, and
Yeah.
it makes a difference.
But again, you're talking about 2-tone, so this is actually a buffalo purse. I don't know you know this one.
This is so soft.
And it's so soft, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a buffalo leather.
Mhm.
And I bought two colors that I thought would go well together, right? So when I made this purse that with straps and stuff, I made it with the buffalo leather. So and the 2 tones went really nice together.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Ladies.
I know.
Backpack style.
Backpack.
So this is what that. So when I ordered my
Okay.
my buffalo leather,
Yeah,
it came in a sheet that it's huge, right?
yeah.
So it's huge, but you can see how soft it is. You can punch it
Yeah.
out and you can do what you want. Right?
Yes.
And see the texture? The buffalo hide has a bigger
Oh, it's
grain?
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love the grain.
Yeah.
the pebble grain.
Yeah.
It's not bigger, so it's
Reminds
very
me of
nice.
the-
Isn't like most leathers, the more you use it, the softer it'll
It
get?
will, yeah. It
Yeah.
will.
This strap.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I'll fix that.
Yeah, it's just like a
Right,
belt.
it's like a belt. It just came undone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I have, like I said, I do have some really nice leather for ladies.
Yeah.
This is a lilac, I think it is.
Gorgeous.
Right, it's a little lilac purse. One of the first purses I made.
Mhm.
So
That is
It's,
beautiful.
Yeah, I
yeah.
love that too.
I like
very
that.
nice.
The more I look at them, the more I like them too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I said, I have red, I have purple, I have a lot of different colors, right?
I just love that one.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Sure, I have to say, like, your prices are more than reasonable, like this,
Oh my
this
God.
purse is only $75 and that backpack was
And
only
that's like-
$75.
And that's Italian leather. That's
Italian
actually
leather.
Italian leather, yeah.
Yeah, like
And so the moose hide purse is how much?
The moose hide purse was $100, I believe.
Wow.
And
yeah.
but moose hide is more expensive, so I have charged a little more.
Yeah.
If I can buy a side of moose hide, it's about twice as much as regular leather. So.
Like
Really?
you're selling like one of a kind.
Oh no,
bags.
no,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
same, yeah.
But
You know what I
even
mean?
though,
Like
yeah.
that.
Well,
Like,
the person
Like
about that
prices
one,
are out
Yeah.
The reason why they don't have it is because he wants me to take it and kind of make a coin purse that kind of mirrors it and plays out.
Oh,
I was really hoping
Yeah.
someone bought it for me. I was like, Joanne, is
Yeah.
that you?
That's saying.
I guess not. Anyways. I'm gonna get old.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll
Terry, I
let you
really
know.
want to talk about the archer's bag, because I'm an archer.
This is mine.
Yeah.
I made this one for myself. It's got my name in it, Terrence Anderson.
That is beautiful.
Again, I put a Celtic feel to it.
Yeah.
That's just me with a dragon on the top. And there's a bow in this, right?
So a recurve. Of a
Recurve.
Yeah.
When you break down PSE.
Yeah.
So I myself,
Same
and
color.
me and Ethan, my son, we got into archery for a while, and we still do a good bit of it. And so I do partridge hunting on the mountain. I lost my dog a few years ago. My pointer, I broke my heart. Anyway, don't even go down that road. But I said to my wife, I said, like, I kind of make it a little interesting. So I said, I think I'm gonna start bow hunting for partridge.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
I get a few, so what I did, I got the blunt heads for that, and I made up. I said, I'm going to do this. So I made it back so that I can put it on my backpack.
Oh, excellent.
And-
So you got these straps
Yeah.
go straight back.
I didn't put a finish on it. I'm letting it let the sun do its thing. Yeah. So kind of. And I didn't want to put too many.
It's very lightweight.
Very lightweight. Yeah, very lightweight. And I didn't. And this was hand sewn because this was before I had a sewing machine. So
Oh
this is hand
gosh,
sewn.
so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a fairly good job, but the sewing machine puts it perfect. So,
Yeah.
which is great. So if you're looking at a nice finished product, sewing machine does something better. I didn't want to put too much hardware on it because I found them a little bit rusty and things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's lovely. Like I know years ago when I did competitive archery, it was very big in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And I think it still is. So if anybody is interested in kind of wearing your brand.
Yeah. Or if they want like a scabbard for their arrows
Yeah.
or anything, I can make any of that stuff.
Yeah, or arm cover.
Arm covers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
And I can make it of any kind of leather.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
And of course we have the all
Bracelets.
bracelets.
Yeah, so
bracelets.
I got a lot of I do everything from getting into the spiritual ones
Oh yeah, those are lovely too.
to
A lot of
your
detail there.
Newfoundland ones, got Newfoundland with the moose footprints
Oh,
and
we
things.
got the hoof prints, guys.
What I generally do is anything that's got a Newfoundland flavor to it, I try to back it with moose hide. So the
Oh,
back
that
it is.
makes sense.
Right,
There
so
you
so when I sew it in, I do it on the back and I actually sew in moose hide.
Yeah.
So and I use the soft part on the outside, so when it's sitting against your wrist, it's really
Oh,
soft.
there you go.
How do you
yeah.
do that?
That actually is a leather I bought that way. It comes
Oh.
like that. Yeah, you need a huge machine that will go through and do an embossing on it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the
That
future
looks
for
like
me.
you.
It's a long way down the road. And I do just like guys that are motorcycle riders. I actually recently did a custom gold wing one for a guy. I actually drew it on there, carved it all out because he has a gold wing, and I did a bracelet for him. He loved it. So like those things, I put a soft leather on the back.
Oh, that is lovely. So if there's any like motorcycle groups out there that have your own logos and you,
Oh, yeah,
kind of
that's
want to
cool.
do some bracelets,
Yeah, and like I say, I can.
Terry can hook you up.
Yeah, and like I've been an artist most of my
That is
life.
so many ideas.
I drew as a child. I
Yeah.
could draw pretty much anything, and then, like I said, I did again a bit of carving when I was in corner book,
Yeah.
relief carving and stuff. So I just kind of put the two things together to start doing my own creations in the leather. I think that like pretty much anything anybody brings to me. So even if they can't find a logo and they want something drawn,
To design.
or
Yeah, you
if they,
can help.
if they can give me a picture, I can pretty much reproduce it onto the
Wow.
phone. Wouldn't be an issue, right?
You got skills, man.
Yeah, nice.
Having like designs in like a strap of a bag or something. Too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
And now, like these, I'm sure are very popular. Right?
Knife shades, yeah. So that's a pretty simple one. That's one I made for myself because that's just one of my moose hunting skinning knives.
Yeah.
This is my
Wow.
yeah. So this one has a picture of a lady carved into it. But this is my buck knife, right? The one this is the most common used Newfoundland. I know in Newfoundland anyway, it's most common used moose hunting knife.
Yes.
And like I said, I carved it and put my initials in it and stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Beautiful Christmas gifts.
I
So-
know, that's what I was just thinking too. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh my
beautiful.
god, I got
And
something
now,
for me
like,
now.
yeah, and now I'm getting even better leathers to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can actually turn out a much better product even than this now because I made this one 7 years ago, and it's been moose hunting with me, so you can see how it's held up, right?
So how much would that be to buy?
One of these would depend on the amount of artwork that you want.
Oh, okay.
Right, so you
a
can
detailed would be.
real detailed one. I'm gonna say probably $75. Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
Still very
Yeah.
reasonable.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
So that's if you want your name.
Yeah.
And
And a simple.
one like this,
Just the
simple,
name.
between $40 and $50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Beautiful.
This one would take me like 5-10 times the time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I want to talk about was the custom work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like when I make bracelets and stuff that I'm just selling generally, like these, I can lay 10 keychains, I can stamp them all, I can dye them all the same time.
Yeah.
When somebody wants something custom,
Yeah.
then I'm doing one thing. So it takes me just as long, or almost as long to make one as it would 10.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing custom, I'm just making one. So then that amount of time is all broken down into just making one product.
So when you say
So-
custom, say
Yeah.
if I did have a hunting dog that
Yeah.
I wanted their
Dog collar.
image,
Yeah.
but if I wanted their image, say recreated on the,
Yeah, I've
what do you
done
call
that
that,
for-
scabbard? Or what do you call it? The
A
knife holder?
knife shape,
Knife
yeah.
shape.
Yeah.
So
If you
you
want
could,
your dog, if you could get me a decent picture
yeah,
of your dog, I
I'm
could
in
I
trouble.
can get a pretty close likeness of it.
I got
Yeah.
pointer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had an American Brittany.
Yeah, I'll show you her
Fun,
after.
amazing. But yeah, I can pretty much reproduce anything anybody would want. It takes me time. It takes
yes,
time.
oh yeah, I'm sure.
And I'll make
Anybody wanna
mistakes
do
and
that
I'll
with
start
dog?
over because
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I
I
know.
don't put
you
it in
for that.
and this is to my standards.
Well, we can see that.
Yes.
And there's
yes.
times when, people say, geez, I'm not that. And I see,
I know.
see something, right?
Oh, yeah,
And I
for
just
sure.
decide not to do it.
I do
so.
some things over and over
And
over.
I guarantee everything that I do. So if I make a belt for somebody, this is a dog collar that I made here, just a general dog collar.
Mhm.
These general ones that make, get dog prints and bones and stuff in them.
Yeah, it's so cute.
But they are, but if you want your name in it, so this is $60 for, because this is a very stout belt.
Yeah.
These buckles are the same buckles they use to cinch down saddles on horses, so
Oh.
it's never gonna break. That is not gonna break, ever.
So, and if somebody wanted the dog's like home information and.
I could put your phone number on the back if you wanted it.
Yeah.
Right, I can put your phone number, and you put your dog's name in here.
Yeah.
But these is actually the same size I make belts as well. Now I make belts off of 2 inches wide, right down to 3/4 of an inch. And I make dog collars from everything. I've made dog collars from dogs that were your Yorkies,
Yeah.
little small ones, right up to the last one I made was this size, was for a German Shepherd who was like 80 pounds when he was 6 months old.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah,
big
very
dog.
strong dog too, right?
Yeah.
So it's really a big dog. But the belts are the same, they're just longer. And again, I can put your name in it, custom make it. Custom belts are about $150. A regular belt, just with nothing on it, is about $100 because it's the materials, right?
Mhm.
But it's guaranteed, and that belt's going to last you minimum 25 years, if not
Oh,
for
yeah.
life, right?
Yeah.
Not for your life. And like I said, if any, and I've had a couple people that have, this is why I got into using the horse
Yeah.
materials. I had a couple people that the dogs have broken the buckle.
Yeah.
So I switched. I don't use them anymore. I went away and hit ones and went into the more sturdy stuff that I
Yeah.
use for horses and things like that. So the bridles and stuff.
Yeah.
They got really nice buckles.
And again, that shows attention to your quality work.
I don't want nobody bringing it back saying,
Yeah.
"Here, you don't want that broke." I don't
Yeah.
want that.
No.
And if you do, I stand by it, right?
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it says a lot that you work and you learn. And you
Oh,
change
absolutely.
what's not working,
Yeah,
and that's all we
absolutely.
can do.
Yep.
When something happens, you stand by it and then
Yes.
move forward.
I just had
Yeah.
something happen a
Yeah.
couple days ago with my new bleach where I learned something.
Yeah.
I won't say
And it
that.
costs you, but that's just the investment.
But
Yeah,
that's
lessons
why I
learned.
didn't put it out because I'm like, okay, I know exactly what happened, which is like the best thing that came out of it.
Yeah.
So I know not to do what I did, and I'm okay now.
Well, exactly. And I'll tell you, I've ruined a lot of leather. I have. Luckily, like if I'm making a belt and I do something and I completely screw up the belt,
Yeah.
I say, okay, cut it off and I'll make some keychains out of the rest of it. So
There
I
you
can, I can turn something bad into something good.
Yeah.
Like this is a knife that I was given in 1993.
Nice.
So the other day I bought it and I was a produce manager back years ago. And this lady from California gave me this pocket knife and it's a really nice pocket knife, it's a real long blade on it.
Gosh, it is.
Yeah, it's
Gorgeous.
great for eating an apple or something. And I've kept it. I've had this for like 30 years now. And well, 1993, so 31 years.
Yeah.
I'm born in
And,
92 and I'm 32, so.
there you go. Right, you were a year old when I was giving that to my
Yeah,
daughter.
you
Not
did
like
pretty
me.
good.
Yeah, now they make me feel old, right? So she was a year old when I got this knife. Anyway, yeah. So I made this little knife shape for it. What I did, I actually formed around the knife
Okay.
because I can you can stretch leather.
Yeah.
If you keep it right humid,
Yeah.
you can stretch it. You gotta
Cool.
leave it into like a form, make a form for it and stuff.
I
And I
have
use
no
my imprinter. That's a really
idea.
good showing with the imprinter. That you
Oh,
can
yeah,
print
and
as
the
well.
color, I love
Yeah,
that,
so
there's
that's a green,
colors,
green
yeah.
foil I got. I can
Yeah.
get pink. Right now I have 4 different colors. I have black, silver, gold, and green.
Okay, I'm
And
sure.
yeah, and
So that's
so
the
I'm
filing,
looking at
guys.
getting
You
like
can see
pink
the-
and red
The
and some
color
other
in
ones.
there.
But again, like everything else is expensive.
Yeah.
Right? So you just as I'm selling things, I'm pretty much taking everything I make now in my leatherwork and putting it into more product or more tools.
Yes.
And
Just
so I'm
the-
not really taking anything in.
Yeah,
right?
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
You
because
just
I'm
keep
still
doing it.
building.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is gonna be my retirement gigs, like I said. So
Yes.
when I retire, I want to kind of have a little hobby that I
Like
can
a
do.
great
do.
work, and
Yeah.
I'm sure
This
it's
is
all-
another thing I really like too. It's a
That's pretty cool.
this is I call it a ranger pouch. So what it is, it's made of wax canvas. Yep, sorry, it's made of wax canvas, and this is moose leather on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
It has a belt loop on the back, so you can take just stick it on your side if you're going for a hike or whatever. And like me, I always comes across berries when I don't have a
Oh, yeah.
bottle to put them in or whatever.
Yeah.
This thing's waterproof, so all you gotta do, you can just open it up on your side. You don't take it out, you can put berries in it, you can partridge in it. It's waterproof, right? So you just take and wash it. Yeah,
Show us
fish.
that.
Whatever you wanna do.
Video.
I would put a bag in it. Like,
Yeah, for
me, I always
fish.
do it. Anything
Yeah,
for friends, you really just put
yeah.
a bag in it.
Yeah,
And then have that word.
that's a great
Wow.
And you just draw it tight and then you
Yes.
know about it, right?
Yeah.
Or
So-
then I've been picking berries and putting them in his head and everything, so
Yeah, exactly.
Soft, supple leather, that's really lightweight.
that is awesome. Is that one for sale?
It is actually.
Okay.
And how much do you charge for those, Terry?
I charge $40 for those.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
And if you wanted to, they could have it engraved or whatever?
Yeah, if you want engraved, I would have to use the veg tan leather.
Yeah,
Right, it would be a little
it's stiffer.
Yeah, a little stiffer, right? But it still would be fine. And
Yeah.
I just decided to
Beautiful.
have as my first one for moose leather instead of moose leather.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, and I stitched a piece of leather on the inside so that it won't tear through any of the material. So you'll see it's
Oh, yeah.
inside. I stitched in a piece of leather on the back,
Yeah.
so the stitching had something to hold on to. Really
Oh,
nice and
yeah.
sturdy, right? So
Wow.
it won't
Very
pull any of that
functional.
material. Yeah, exactly.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. I'm doing pretty good with wallets now.
Yeah.
If anyone wants a leather wallet, I sold all my dark leather ones, regular leather ones. I made a
Yeah.
red one just in case anybody wanted a red leather wallet. But they're very nice. They're well stitched and they will hold up for a long time.
Yes, those
Yeah.
are gorgeous too, those
Mhm.
there. And so Terry, where can people find your work?
Yes.
Okay, so if you go on Facebook, my wife Vanda, a lot of people know Vanda as well from the
Yes.
hospital.
Mhm.
But Vanda is kind of managing my Facebook page. It's Terry's Leatherwork. Leatherwork is one word. And you go on and you ask to join. It's a closed site. It's not something that you got to put out there.
Okay.
So people can join it, and then they'll accept them. And because I'm trying to stay away from like any political comments being put on there and
Yeah,
things
sure.
like that. I just want to say it's
Yeah.
all about my leatherwork, and that's it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what Van is doing is she'll accept people in there, no problem. You accept the rules,
Mhm.
and yeah, you can go in. She'll take your order, whatever you want.
Okay.
If you want to talk to me, she'll get in contact with me if there's something really personal you want.
Yeah.
What I will say is I'm starting to get a lot of orders for Christmas.
Mhm.
So I'm cutting my orders off probably around the middle of October because I need time to make all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm
So
asking
get yours
is,
in, guys.
Yeah,
That's your
I
time.
know. I'm gonna order.
like 2 or 3 weeks time, get in within the next 2 or 3 weeks that somebody really wants something
Yeah.
for Christmas. Because again, I got to take the time to do it. And I do work full time, so
Yeah.
So will you be doing any more markets, Terry?
I'm going to try to get everyone if I can.
Okay. So our next one's October 19th.
Yes,
So you'll be here?
I should be October 19th. The only thing will keep me from being here is if I'm away for work.
Okay.
Other than that, I would definitely be here.
Okay.
I love these shows, and
Yeah.
and if I can't make it, something like last weekend, Dan came
Dan
for me,
came,
yeah.
and Ethan.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I get a lot of orders from those. Like I did really well this weekend, but
Mhm.
but actually I always go way more orders, so
Yeah,
I can
I
sit
can
down and
see
start
that.
working away and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
because custom work seems to be the real thing that people want, right? I
That's
do a
so
lot of
special.
dog collars and a lot
It
of dogs.
is.
Yeah.
And I do gun straps. I do
Guitar stuff?
guitar straps. I do anything like I said, custom belts.
Yeah.
The gun straps are really they're really nice now. Like I got a really nice postage down for gun straps.
And you see that on your Facebook?
You can see all the pictures of everything I've ever made. Everything.
This
Yeah.
video, I'll make sure I'll put all your information
Yes.
there, so you
Yeah,
can find
great.
it there.
And we'll do
Appreciate that.
some photo shots for you.
Yeah, definitely take some pictures
Yeah.
of everything up close here.
So
Just one more letter.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is a bag that I made for like if you're going to the grocery store. Dennis is going. Most ladies
That's a
they
purse.
on a purse like that, right? This one actually is made of a leather that's got a rubber backing on it.
Oh, cool.
So it's actually something that if you didn't use it picking up your groceries and something you
Yeah.
didn't sell, it's not going to be a big deal.
That's great for
Yeah.
moms or kids
I
that
know,
got all
I was
that
just like,
sticky
this is
stuff.
diaper bag.
Paper bag, right?
Could be.
And you can wipe it in, right?
Yeah.
So it's got a rubberized back on it. So yeah, and these bags aren't expensive. They're I think this was like $40.
Really?
Yep, got a color magnetic
I'm
tax.
gonna be broke.
Yeah, we
There's,
are. Well, I love it.
Jeez.
But you know, it's amazing that all this is available.
I know, right?
And
That's what I'm
it's
thinking.
like authentically sourced.
Oh, I love that so
durable,
much.
handmade, and totally affordable.
Mm.
Like, you
Yeah.
know, to go to like a
Yeah.
superstore to buy something to use, say, as a carry-all like that, you
Yeah.
probably pay more than $40.
Yes.
And you
Right.
know where it came from, who
Yeah.
made it, and how long it will last. And
Yeah.
And it's stitching breaks,
originality
your
of it.
stock, come back to me, I'll fix it.
Yes,
Oh,
we know
that's
that.
so good.
Never.
Oh my
Never
I was
have a
surprised
problem.
because I use number 138 bonded nylon thread.
Mm.
I can't break it. It's impossible. I can't even break it. Just
Okay.
one strain of it, I can't break it. So, and I use 130 on everything. I use
Excellent.
130.
Yeah,
It's
and
just that nice.
definitely can see the
Well,
workmanship.
I am positive that this is gonna give you lots of orders. You're gonna be booked up probably soon as
Appreciate
this
that.
is
I'll
out.
keep you busy,
And you
hopefully.
deserve all the orders.
You
This
definitely
is
do. We're impressed.
absolutely so
Totally
impressed.
Thank you so much.
So, just to clue up our video for this episode of Shed Talk, Terry, just kind of summarize to us what you enjoy most about what you do.
Well, a couple things, I guess. I like building things. I always have. You know, I do all my own work. I do my own electrical when I can, with small stuff. I was building houses with my dad since I was 11 years old, until he passed, and couldn't do it anymore. And so I've always been working with my hands all the time. I find working with my hands takes my mind off everything. And so when I'm doing my leather work, I don't think of anything else. And there's nothing more gratifying than someone buying something that you produced and loving it and telling you how much they love it. And like people are sending me pictures of their dogs with their dog collars
Yeah.
on and stuff like that. You'll see a lot of those on my Facebook
Yeah.
page. Sooner or later, I'm going to get into a website where I'm actually going to put a website on where you can actually order things.
You're not gonna have a choice.
Yeah, so I hope you're right.
You are.
But yeah, so I'm
Sorry.
building this up. I'm hoping I'm probably going to retire in 7 to 10 years, depending on how this goes. It could be 7, but we'll see how things go. But yeah, for me, it's kind of my hobby that I really enjoy doing, and I like knowing that people are there. And I was on the Hollanders coming across from North Sydney a few days ago, and a guy came over to tear my belt, and his belt made from the wall ago, and he's like, look, there's no damage to it. It's beautiful. It's just like the day I sold it to him. And it's really holding up well, so that felt really good, right?
It
And then
does
3
feel
people were
good.
like, "Where'd you get that belt?" And,
Yeah,
and we start talking to them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to start cramming my cards around me that I can hand people.
Yes, yeah, there's some here too.
Yeah.
Like that little
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, so
Awesome.
it's all good. Yeah, it's just that's the things I love about it.
Yep.
And the smell of leather. I got one in my leather shop.
Love it.
Oh my
Here,
god,
now
the
you
smell
know.
of leather is
I know.
Yeah,
amazing.
it stays so
It is.
long too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, quality, but leather you do smell so
So
long.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
this.
thanks so much, Terry,
Yeah.
for
Thank
joining
you.
us today
Great.
and here at the Train Site Museum. And you guys got to check this place out when it's open. It's closed for the season right now.
Yes. Come see me.
But there's a great crew here. Natalie McIsaac, she is awesome. She's our great supporter and has made this
I'm
happen.
cheerleader.
Yeah, she's
Love
our
her.
cheerleader, and she's allowing us to have our Southwest Coast Art and Crafted markets here on a monthly basis. Great support, great access, and everybody loved the vibe that we had here last weekend for the show.
And that
we
was
had a little bit of
so
music,
many
it's very laid
compliments.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. And we just want to bring more art and crafted to the Southwest Coast and highlight people, artists, makers, and doers such as Terry,
Yes.
that a lot of people don't know is here.
And there's a lot of talent.
A lot of
There
talent.
is. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
bring it on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
awesome.
it for Shed Talk.
Okay, thank
Thank you.